Before the accident, I was working for the San Francisco Rec and Park. I had been studying for the GRE and was an urban agriculture extension agent. I was in the Peace Corps in Senegal, West Africa. I was training for a half marathon, and I was like 2 weeks and 3 days from getting health insurance. So the day of the accident, I remember like going through the intersection, and right as I was going, I saw the headlights and I was like, uh-oh. And then this woman with brown hair, like screaming. She's like this incredibly benevolent woman, like angel-like, you know. She got everyone away from me and then got cars parked around me. And she was a lab tech at Highland Hospital.
So when a trauma patient like Marcie enters the hospital, the initial process is the activation of the trauma team. They'll then determine what specialists need to be called based on the patient's injuries. In Marcie's case was that she had severe facial trauma, so they called in what we call the oral maxillofacial surgeons to make sure that she didn't have any sort of impending issues on her throat and that they were going to go ahead and reconstruct her facial features, as well as a pelvic fracture for which we were called the orthopedic team.
So I broke my right knee, my sacrum, my front pelvic bone, and every bone in my face except for my lower jaw.
Her pelvic fracture was very unique because it had a break in the back and in the front. So we decided that after we fixed the back, we would go for the front, get it to look perfect so that she could immediately start weight bearing with confidence and get up and go ahead and get her back to the lifestyle that she had before.
I think it wasn't until I went to Fairmont Rehab that I started to see myself in my own body.
Well, the plan is really individualized, as it should be. So each person comes to rehab with their own personal story. And in an acute care hospital, your focus is really on saving lives, stabilizing somebody. But in rehab, there's now this shift where there's attention to the medical, the orthopedic, but there's also quite a bit of attention to somebody's personality and lifestyle and how we're going to construct this treatment plan to bring somebody back to living sort of the life that they had beforehand as best we can, given the constraints we have with the type of injury they may have experienced. So Marcie is certainly a highly motivated individual, and we were, I think, quite aware early on that this was somebody who had aspirations to get back to work, and she has goals of getting back to school and earning her PhD in urban planning.
When I went to Fairmont Rehab, I couldn't even sit up, you know? And when I left, I was like on crutches, going upstairs. It's just incredible. Dr. Stone, who is the lead of the rehab center, he is just a magical being. He walks around like his job is just an extension of his light, you know? And he goes from patient to patient and gives everyone a good amount of time. He's never in a rush.
The staff here, whether it's the specialized physician care that's provided or the therapy staff, are delivered by individuals who really could practice anywhere. That was one of the things that really impressed me when I first came here as a physician. And we get a tremendous amount of pleasure from helping people and sort of going out of our way. We don't even look at it as going out of our way, it's sort of our way.
The people there, they just like their job, and it's clear. I feel like all of the care that I got at Alameda Healthcare System was really invaluable to my existence, like creating a healthier existence moving forward, you know. And I'm gonna run, like I'm gonna do a half marathon this time next year, you know. and I'm just so thankful. So thankful.